Hi everyone, today I want to share a card from Card Buffet. This is a card option that I brought. I like to make a lot of fun and pretty cards, or sometimes I focus on florals and things, but it's nice to have a variety. And this one is a great card for masculine cards. I really love the fish and I thought it was really fun. I have a brother who's really outdoorsy and he loves camping and fishing, so this would be a good one for him. And I want to point out the whole suite, and I want to show that I did not purchase the whole suite. If you happen to know a lot of people who this would be good for, or maybe you yourself have a lot of fishing in your life, this would be good for scrapbook pages as well. It makes so many cute projects. I really liked it, but I just didn't know that I would get a lot of use out of it. It does have some good stamps. So glad you're my dad. Happy Father's Day. Happy retirement. So it's a really nice set to have in your collection, but personally I didn't know that I would get a lot of use out of it, so I was hesitant to purchase it, but I really liked the idea of it, so instead I went with just the paper. The paper is 12 by 12 and it's 12.50, and I could make a ton of masculine cards with this without getting the whole bundle. Now if you can get the whole bundle, it is great, and you can do the entire suite for $72, and that gets you the stamp and die bundle, it gets you the paper, and it also gets you this nice embossing folder that looks like rope. Anyway, so it is a really nice suite of products. I just think for me personally, I wasn't going to use it a lot. Now the dies that cut out some of the fish, like this guy here, does cut out the same fish from the paper, but the paper has a lot more fish than just that, so I didn't know that I would buy the dies just to cut out one fish, right? So let me show you that paper, because I really do like it. And even though I don't do any fishing, my brother does, so I can make a card for him, and I can have a couple cards on hand. I love some of these backgrounds. Like, look at this one. This is like a burlap, but it also kind of has a denim-y feel. Anyway, it's like brush strokes on, really nice. Here's that fish again. This plaid is great for autumn, but I'm using it for the cutout fish. And these little tiny, these are like flies for fly fishing, or fishing, I guess. Any fishing, I guess, right? But look at the back. A nice ticking pattern that is really nice for anything. So I'm kind of looking at it that way. And this is a beautiful water looking piece, and I thought this would be nice for some scrapbook pictures. I do go to the lake. I like to go up to Door County, and so I have lots of pictures of us on boats and things like that, so this would be a really nice background for a scrapbook page. And also this one would be too. It's kind of a map of a lake. I didn't get a good look at what lake, but really nice. Here you've got fishing poles, and on the back just a nice pattern. It looks like a fishing net, but you can use it for anything. And I think that's it. Yeah, I used some of the others. So the paper itself is great, multi-purpose paper, and even if you end up using all the fish you want, remember that the back sides are some really great patterns in colors that I love. So I really think this paper is going to do me a lot of good. So I've got that whole fishing look for a couple cards, but when I'm done with that, I have some great paper to use long term. This was also one of the papers in the pack, and I used up all of it at Card Buffet. On the back was flies. Here it's this paper's on the back. So I don't have a big sheet to show you because I used it all up at Card Buffet. So I'm going to show you how to make these cards. It's just so simple, and let's make some up. I saved one kit from Card Buffet so I can show you the pieces. All right, so I've got my card base is a new color. It's called Pecan Pie. It kind of took the place of soft suede, which I liked soft suede, but this one kind of has a little bit of a warmer tone and I really like it. And then here's that plaid piece from that, I think it's called Gone Fishing. I guess I should have told you that. Nope, Let's Go Fishing. Designer series paper. So then I've got this piece. It's also that pecan pie plaid, and you could even use this side for the card that I'm making. It's a little bright. I thought I would go with this side because I really wanted my fish to stand out and be the star of the show, and I thought that this might have too many patterns and things. So I'm going to just attach this. This piece here is just 4 by 5 1/4. And I like to get rid of some of my pieces before I get too far, just so I have less little pieces on my desk. And this one is also 4 by 5 1/4, and it's very vanilla. Okay, and then when I'm cutting out my card fronts, you know, you're cutting these out 4 by 5 1/4, and the sheet is 12 by 12. You end up with little strips left over, and I like to keep them rather than throw them back in the paper pack and then maybe use them or maybe not. I like to use them right away. So for that, I am going to show this cute little fly pattern, and I like to just put them on the inside of my card. It just gives a little something more, and then those little strips just don't sit at the bottom of the Designer Series paper bag and never get used. So that is my card base. And then for my sentiment, I have another piece of pecan pie, and this is cut, I want to say 2 3/4, yep, by 3 1/4, 2 3/4 by 3 1/4, which makes this 3 by 2 1/2. Okay, and you can orient this this way or this way for the card. I'm going to do it this way. I'll show you both versions, and you can use any stamp you already have for your sentiment. So I just grabbed this one. I like it because there's a lot of things going on here, and you can use, it's got "You matter to so many," nice for a thank you card to somebody, and then on the inside you could say thank you for something somebody did. I'm going to go ahead with the happy birthday, or if someone's retiring, this fishing card would be good, and you can say congratulations, and you can say something about that inside. But I'm going to use this happy birthday and keep it simple. And I'm going to stamp it in pecan pie, using all pecan pie today. I'm actually also participating in a swap where everybody is sending each other cards made with a certain color, and my color that I decided to go with is pecan pie, so I'm kind of doing all pecan pie. All right, so I'm going to have to put my head down here, sorry. I'm a little off center. I'm going to flip it and try again. I'm crooked. I'm going to go with this one. Okay, I'm going to glue that down. Sometimes when you're filming something, it's really hard to stamp because the camera's like right above your head. Okay, so I've got that. And that is like the hardest part of the card right there. Okay, now the rest is that paper that I showed you from the pack. And all I did is I went through and cut a selection of fish. And I just used my little snips, and you can kind of pick any of the fish. Some of them are very long, some of them are short. You can kind of get a good variety. And I'll just cut, I need one more. And I wanted this kind of differently shaped guy. I do not know my fish, so I don't know what these are. I don't even know if these represent real fish. But they're awfully cute, and I love the colors that were chosen to do this sweet. This blue is Misty Moonlight, which is a color that I really like. It used to be in color, like a temporary color, a while back, and they brought it back as a permanent color, and I'm really glad about that. I love it's kind of a gray blue, and I really like it. Okay, so I needed one fish that was kind of a different shape, and then I have some long fish. So all I did for the fish was I grabbed some glue dots and a little bit of a baker's twine that you have. Any one will do. The linen thread looks great too, but I didn't have a lot of that left on hand. And you just need a few little strips. And I'm just going to glue dot a little thread. I made these threads way longer than they need to be. I'm going to put a little, and then I'm just going to arrange them however I want. I think what I'm going to do is, since I made that one a little bit too long, this really long fish, I could put him here, and he's going to help with the fact that my happy birthday is a little too much to the side. He's going to help me out. Alright, and then I'll get this one. Okay, Now I think that they look fun when they're popped up a little bit, so I'm going to grab some dimensionals. I think this already had one, yep. Alright, so I'm going to have that guy right there. He's helping me out with my bad stamping. And I'm going to put him down. And that guy. And then I'm going to turn it around, and you can add some glue dots or a little tear tape if it's easier. I'm going to use tear tape because it's, oh, you know, I thought I had some right here on my desk, and apparently I do not. Alright, so I've got my fish, and I'm going to add a couple dimensionals to the back. And this card is almost done. I'm going to throw another fish on the inside and some little embellishments that are fun. So let's get this guy. Just going to put it right there. And then on the inside, I was going to put a little tiny fish I had. Here he is. Just to add a little more something to the inside. So really the Designer Series paper is doing all the work here. And you've got a really cute masculine card, or anybody who likes fishing. And where are those embellishments I wanted to use? Okay, these are called adhesive back solid gems, and they were meant to go with, I think, that daisy sweet, but how perfect. I've got the pecan pie, and I'm going to go ahead and just add a little gem, maybe a little tiny one, just for some sparkle. Okay, so I told you how you could go this way depending upon what stamp. I've got the happy birthday. But if you wanted, you could turn it on its side like this one, and then maybe use a different stamp over here, and then put your fish on the side. So you can just, it's the same size pieces, 2 3/4 by 3 1/4 on the pecan pie, and then 1/4 of an inch smaller on the very vanilla. And you've got, it's the same card, just turned a little bit. So it depends on what stamps you have laying around that you want to use. You could make it however, and you can just keep cutting out fish. So it's a fun little card. I hope you enjoy it. It's really fast, and I think it gets some really good use out of that paper. And I love it. I love that you can kind of get the whole look of the suite with just that one paper pack. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you'll give me a like and come back again. Bye-bye.